currently at Fisherman's Bastion. Got here for sunrise to try and get some nice early glowy photos and videos without too many people, although there were actually quite a lot of people here and like a couple of engagement shoots, that sort of thing. It's also a little bit grey, which wasn't the glowy vibe I was after, but it's still really beautiful and the views over the city are just gorgeous. So yeah.
The Buda Castle district is breathtaking at any time of day, but my favourite time to visit is at sunrise, if the weather is good. The early morning light bathes the historic buildings in a gorgeous golden hue, offering a serene view of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'd recommend strolling through the cobbled streets of Castle Hill, exploring the Royal Palace, Matthias Church and the Fisherman's Bastion. I visited Budapest in December, and at this time of year the city is transformed into a festive wonderland, especially evident in its vibrant Christmas markets. The most famous of these is located at Vörösmarty Square, a magical place filled with wooden stools and twinkling lights, while the St. Stephen's Basilica market dazzles with its majestic backdrop. You can browse a wide array of traditional Hungarian crafts and unique Christmas gifts, or go for a skate around the Christmas tree on the ice rink. After shopping and skating, I'd recommend indulging in the culinary delights, such as the chimney cakes, hearty goulash or mulled wine. For sunset, I made my way to Rudas baths, which eventually became my favourite baths in Budapest. Here you'll find the usual steam rooms, saunas and pools, but the real highlight is the rooftop panoramic pool, which offers uninterrupted views across the city. I definitely recommend visiting at sunset for the best views, but note that it can get a little busy here. In the evening, I had dinner at the restaurant in the newly opened Dorothea Hotel. It was such a beautiful setting and the food was really gorgeous. I'd also really recommend staying here if you are visiting Budapest, as I had a tour of the hotel and it is beautiful.
It is snowing! Actually, that's a lie. It's sleeting now, but it was snowing, so there is a covering of snow, as you can see behind me, which is lovely. It makes the Christmas markets look so... makes the Christmas markets look so festive. It is very slippery. I feel like we need to do a lot more gritting, as you just witnessed there. Yeah, should have bought my snow boots. It is very cold. I'm just sad that it's now turning to rain, because it's probably going to wash away all the pretty snow, but at least I got to see the Christmas markets in the snow.
Városhunyad Castle is set within the scenic city park, and it offers a historical journey through Hungarian architecture. It's a mix of Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque styles. A stroll through the castle grounds feels a little bit like stepping back in time, and it's particularly magical when it's covered in a light dusting of snow.
So I am just going for a walk around City Park. So it's where the most famous baths are, which I'm going to go to in a little bit, but I just wanted to explore and just have to find the House of Music, which looks really cool. Yeah, it's absolutely taking it down with rain, but there is still snow on the ground everywhere, so it looks really pretty. You can see behind me, I'll look it up. It's like your winter wonderland. Is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I just wish it would stop raining. It's very hard doing content and holding an umbrella and trying not to slip over again.
The House of Music is a contemporary architectural marvel dedicated to the musical arts. Throughout the year, the venue hosts an array of concerts and performances, ranging from classical to modern genres, so I'd definitely check out what's on before you visit. Okay, so these baths were really busy, and so they weren't my favourite. To be totally honest, the idea of sitting in an overcrowded bath with a load of strangers didn't really appeal to me. That said, the outdoor baths are really amazing, especially when the weather is good. And when I visited Budapest before, we had a really wonderful time when the sun was shining. The weather just wasn't to be this time. In the evening, I had dinner at a restaurant called Flava, which is located at Verno House Hotel. I absolutely loved it here. The food was really delicious, and I loved that they also had a live DJ, so the place had a really cool atmosphere.
Good morning. Ooh, very pink, very warm. I've got lots of layers on. It is once again tipping it down with rain, but I'm just on my way to the New York Cafe, which is the really beautiful cafe for some breakfast. So you can't book, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna do a walk in and hope I don't have to queue too long to get in.
Okay, so here are my honest thoughts about visiting the New York Cafe. It is undeniably beautiful with its sparkling chandeliers, intricate frescoes and old world elegance. I haven't seen a setting quite like it for a cafe, and it is certainly the most beautiful I've ever seen. But, and there is a big but, it has become a serious tourist trap, as you could see from that queue. The issue is that they've done away with reservations, so it's on a walk-in basis only, which means they can churn as many visitors as possible, and the result is a somewhat chaotic and rushed affair. With such a high quantity of visitors and people going just for the photos, it has unfortunately lost its sparkle. I have to say, the staff were lovely and my food was absolutely delicious, but it arrived within 1 minute of ordering, so you don't really get to relax and enjoy the beautiful setting. As I'm sure you'd expect, it was also very expensive. I don't usually mind paying a premium for an extra special setting, but I'm not sure it's worth it given how rushed it felt. So my advice is that if you want to visit, and it is truly beautiful, then get there before it opens so you don't have to queue for too long. Located in a historic palace, this library blends Baroque and modern elements, creating an oasis of calm in the bustling city. I'd recommend spending a quiet afternoon exploring its ornate rooms and vast collection of books, but if you're taking photos, just make sure you're respectful to those there to study and read. My final stop in Budapest was the iconic St. Stephen's Basilica. It's the largest church in Budapest, and believe me when I say that it is utterly breathtaking inside. It's a lesson in architectural and spiritual grandeur. Just note that if you want to visit and don't want a guided tour, you have to buy your ticket from the ticket office next to the Basilica. Frustratingly, you can't buy them online ahead of time, so you have to queue on the day. But if you don't want to do that, then I'd recommend booking a guided tour online through the likes of Get Your Guide.